Y'all know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. We had a crazy Sunday full of football. If your team is on my screen to the right, shout out to your team for getting the dub. But we gonna react to the greatest moments of Sunday football, baby. First off, we got the unbeaten teams. There's no more unbeaten teams in the league as of this moment. They've got beaten by two mediocre teams in the Browns and the Jets. Let's start on this side with the Eagles. Offense has been looking pathetic. 3 INTs out of Jalen Hurts. He's not looking like himself from last year, and a fumble from Swift, even though that's not what he usually does. That the team's record is looking phenomenal at 5-1 now, which was 5-0 coming into this game with the Jets. But their offense isn't phenomenal. Their play calling isn't phenomenal. What is phenomenal is their defense getting carried that whole game. They just couldn't carry them far enough. The Eagles defense held them to almost straight field goals for the whole game. You done had the lead for the whole game due to the defense. You had 14 points for almost 4 quarters. As in the Jets, your team is winning right now. I can see that Zach Wilson, he's doing his thing as of this moment. Shout out to Zach Wilson, because it's a lot of people, including me, who think he is trash. I'm sorry, this offense is still trash. The only way you win a game is when your defense is going crazy. We knew the Jets had this type of defense bringing in Aaron Rodgers, which my boy was out there without a crutches. He's throwing footballs on the sideline. This man is making a crazy comeback in Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully he can come back before playoff time. They still have eligibility to get into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They could be eligible instead of Zach Wilson eliminating them early on like I thought they were. Next game, to follow it up, we got the San Francisco 49ers going down, baby, to the Browns without Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson. They don't even got their starting quarterback in. They don't got their superstar running back, even though they picked up Kareem Hunt, and we know how good he is. He had a decent game in that game. But on the other hand, a fair game, we got Deebo Samuels down, including that with Christian McCaffrey. Even though Christian McCaffrey started off the game, he scored a touchdown. He did his little part in the game, but he was eventually out in the game, and Deebo out too. So this was a fair game. We had been injuries on both sides. We can't say, oh, this side was injured and this is why they lost the game. No. Injuries did play a part. We see the kicker. There's a new rookie kicker in there. He missed 2 field goals that game. And one was a chip shot. The final one was a chip shot. How can you miss it? We seen the Brown fan go crazy once he missed that kick. Rookie in. He never been in this situation of being in that type of pressure to kick this type of field goal in this situation. That's why you have the starter, kicker, and goal. When Brock Purdy doesn't have these type of superstars in the game like this, we can see himself shrink down to Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you would like your team to take a loss at some point. You don't want to go undefeated. You get into the playoffs and then you take that loss. When you get 17 straight, 16 straight, you win too much games in the playoffs, you eventually gonna lose. And ending this video off with some Sunday night football, man. It was weird. First of all, we got the extinct offense with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and whatever they doing on offense, because it ain't working. Just like in the last game against the Jaguars, your offense was extinct. Stephon Diggs frustrated on the sideline. We thought y'all was gonna lose y'all game. That was a game to be lost. First off, we got Josh Allen going down to the ground with a shoulder injury. Everybody up in their seats, we looking at him on the ground because this is the Buffalo Bills franchise. Josh Allen goes down, that's it for their season. You might as well tank it. I don't know if Buffalo Bills got a curse or whatnot, but people getting injured left and right. Prayers out for Damian Harris. He had to get carted off the field in the ambulance. It looked like another Damar Hamlin situation. Had me shocked. The man wasn't moving on the ground. Commercials going. He's still laying on the ground. And then they said they bringing the ambulance out there. Like, you can't do this to us. Y'all can't keep doing this to us. Pick y'all heads up. You know what I'm saying? Try to sometimes not take too much contact. Because sometimes, dog, y'all is going crazy at full speed with helmets down. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows in that type of situation? Look like the same situation with Damar Hamlin. And prayers up for Damian Harris. Next, Tyrod Taylor made the worst play call of his career. just before halftime with seconds left on the clock and the Giants have no timeout, the guy audible to a running play. You can't audible to a running play at the goal line and it gets stuffed and you got no timeouts and you can't get on the ball and snap it in time. You can't make that type of audible. I know that you haven't been in the NFL on the field in quite a while. You know what I'm saying? You took the Buffalo Bills to the playoffs at one point, so you got experience. You got experience, so a person with experience should know that you should run the ball at the goal line with seconds left before halftime. You got Dayball, hothead over there. You know he read his ball clean as I don't know what, out there throwing his mic like he been doing the last couple weeks because the Giants been pathetic. And at the end of the game, we got a lot going on. The Buffalo Bills offense is still terrible, and they're giving the Giants chances after chance after chance. They get down the field at the last second with zeros on the clock, and there's a pass interference on this play. And then right in the next play, we got Darren Waller with another try to catch up the ball in the air type Darren Waller play. We seen him make it with the Raiders in the back of the end zone, and I'm seeing a lot of grab of the jersey here. I mean, the refs been holding up the game all game with all these pauses, all these delays, and we seen the fight there where all the flags were going to be offset, but you taking so long to even call this. Let's get into the game. But now you can't throw no flag. The guy was definitely getting pulled. It was a jump ball, so there's going to be a lot of contact on a jump ball, and it's a tight end against the corner. But it goes back to those plays before half with Tyrod Taylor, and that's the reason why the Giants couldn't get done. But for my preview for Monday Night Football today, we got the Cowboys against the Chargers. The Chargers have a lot of potential, but they can never get past their line. They can't get past the finish line. We're seeing Khalil Mack. We're seeing Herbert. We're seeing Austin Eckler, even though they've been injured. A lot of people been injured. Keenan Allen. Mike Williams out for the season. You got a lot of potential out that team. It's a couple injuries here and there, but through the seasons of the Chargers, you've been pathetic. And for that, I say, even though I'm a Washington fan, I don't want the Cowboys to win in my heart. I'm not going to lie to you. But in my footballer brain, I feel like the Cowboys got to make up for that horrible loss they had last week against the 49ers. You can't go back-to-back weeks calling yourself America's team, pumping your chest and saying, I'm going to the Super Bowl, and you're losing back-to-back like this, and Michael Parsons crying on podcast after podcast after podcast. 21-28 Cowboys, and that's my prediction. I hope you like this video, and stay tuned into the recent content that we got on Lace 'em Up Sports Talk Show. I'm giving it to y'all. Thank you for watching me today. God bless.